Welcome back to WSAV News 3 today at 11. A new resource center is officially open in Savannah, bringing healthcare, housing, navigation, dignity services, and job support to those experiencing homelessness under one roof. Last week, Union Mission leaders and a host of partners cut the ribbon for its new Emmaus House Resource Center. The Savannah College of Art and Design played a big role in bringing this project to life through SCAD SERVE. Michael Trainer is the president and CEO of Union Mission. Damaris Owusu is a part of that initiative. She's also a rising senior majoring in architecture. They join us now with more. Thank you so much for being here today.
Happy to be here.
Well, we're going to go back, way back, because earlier this year, Union Mission acquired the Emmaus House in order to kind of centralize some basic needs, because you were seeing so much growth and they were seeing so much growth in terms of not space, but population.
Yeah, so, we went to Emmaus House because we had common goals and what we were trying to do, and there's a tangled web of services for the homeless people in our community. And they had to go all over the community to get the services they need. They had to be referred out. And the idea of collaborating with a bunch of organizations under one roof allowed us to really work closely with the homeless population and be able to say, go down the hall, rather than maybe you need bus pass to go across town. And a lot of times homeless people that have to do all this extra stuff will not do it, or they don't have the capacity to do it.
Or when it's this hot, it's too hot to do it.
There's just so many reasons why, right? So, so this is really going to be helpful to us, and I think it's a big game changer for the homeless population. Union Mission's goal to partner with people to end their homelessness, and so this is another way we're going about doing that. Just this morning, we served probably close to 160 people just for breakfast. And to be able to have all those partner services in one place, with Goodwill and American Red Cross and the Homeless Authority and other services in the building is like J.C. Lewis Healthcare, it's going to make a huge difference.
Yeah, I read that over the past 2 years, you saw attendance grow by 167%?
That is correct. We started off when we started in December of 22 saying we serve 50 a day. We ended up with 80 in the first year, 5 days a week. Second year we opened 6 days a week. We went to 110. Third year we're averaging 133, but here recently we've been in the 150 to 170 range, and part of that is because Emmaus House closed on April 30th, and some of those clients are coming to our place, but we factor that all into what we're doing.
Now we know that many hands make light work, and Damaris, you're a part of SCAD SERVE and helping them create the space that they envisioned. Coming into this project, what was your idea?
Well, thank you for having us, first of all.
Thank you for being here.
I really just wanted to move through the project with a sense of how would I feel if I was in that predicament that a lot of the people that would make use of these resources would be in. I've had family and friends have issues with housing insecurity, so that was one of the kind of key points that I started with in the design process was interviewing people that I know had experience dealing with housing insecurity. And the one word that kept coming up was dignity. So designing a space that not only caters to the needs of the people who are going to make use of it, but also does it in a way that's beautiful and intentional, that is focusing on trauma-informed design, and also just interviewing people that were going to be using the space, whether it be people that were of service to the unhoused community or unhoused people part of the unhoused community. What exactly do they need, and then how do we go from there to kind of have a design that goes above what was initially kind of asked for, and providing things that wasn't really thought of as being needed in the initial stages. But ultimately, I think that all came together with a team of people that had such a diverse background, but all shared a common goal.
We're taking a look at some of the video from that space. You mentioned the work that goes into it, but there's also compassion and empathy from the people who are a part of this mission.
Yeah, I think just recognizing that it's not just a client that we're dealing with, but it's a human being on the other side of the goal, the ultimate goal. I think when we take the time to not just look at like what are a list of requirements, but how does this actually impact you on a daily basis in terms of just like the beauty of the space and how that feels emotionally, as well as like the ease of accessing resources. I think those were the biggest like components of kind of establishing a design that served people rather than an idea.
Now, this was a 10-week project from start to finish, from your Design for Good course. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I had the pleasure of being a project lead for the SCAD SERVE initiative. And we had students on our team from like pretty much any major that you can think of, from like graphic design, and they ended up helping with developing the patterns that you see on the wallpaper, and like architecture, interior design, developing the floor plans. We had a student who has experience with like ADA and disabilities, and that was a huge help because now we have this different like perspective of, we're thinking about this from one way as able-bodied people, but we have someone who can actually give us an insight into something that we don't necessarily think about on the day-to-day.
That's right. Now, Michael, earlier this year, SCAD President and founder Paula Wallace awarded Union Mission a $372,000 grant through the SCAD SERVE Community Fund to support this project. How much of an impact does this make, this help from the community, from SCAD in particular? It's
a huge impact, and not just the SCAD Community Fund, but also the students and the contributions they've made to this. The building looks like what they designed. Yeah. Even the light bulbs that are hanging above the front desk look like what was designed, and so the impact of SCAD on this project has been immeasurable, and we're just so thankful for everything that has been accomplished at this point, and they continue to be supporters of Union Mission. And the students have been great, and it's great to see a project that they came up with actually come to life. And tomorrow morning, when we open up, that's going to happen.
I love it, Damaris. Michael, thank you so much for joining us today. And you can find more information and see this interview again anytime on our website by visiting wsav.com/communitycorner.